This report brought to you by the Richmond Club, where investors and high-growth companies meet.
Boardwalktech is a digital ledger technology company that secured 26 Fortune 500 companies as clients. Here is the company's CEO, Andrew Duncan, to tell us more.
Hi everybody, I'm Andy Duncan. I'm the CEO of Boardwalktech. Very honored to be here today at the Richmond Club. Thank you for the invitation. Boardwalk is based in Cupertino, California. This happens to be my fifth company that I've run as kind of an enterprise software company in Silicon Valley. Pretty exciting place to be. Boardwalk focuses on, looking forward statement, Boardwalk focuses in on enterprise software, and we have a patented platform that we've developed that solves problems in the enterprise. And let me explain to you what that is. Today, companies have spent over $1 billion on enterprise software like SAP and Oracle and Salesforce.com. Yet, if you walk into any of these companies and you really look at what they're doing, you pull the covers back, they're all still dumping information out to Microsoft Excel and emailing spreadsheets around. And that, everybody, is how businesses run around the world in Microsoft Excel. And so what we've done is we've developed a platform that helps companies migrate these Excel spreadsheets into the cloud and into what we call our digital ledger platform. And by doing that, we help them to speed up the way in which they make decisions and the way in which they actually do business, which helps them increase their revenue and, of course, improve margins and reduce their costs. Let me give you an example. There is a large cereal manufacturer that we all know and probably eat their products every morning that's based in Michigan. They've spent over $1 billion on SAP. Today, their number one commodity that they purchase is wheat. They purchase $800 million of wheat per year from 24 suppliers around the world. You know how that wheat is purchased every day? Emailing spreadsheets between all of the people that are sitting in this company and the 24 companies that are supplying them to say, how much can you fill today? I need this amount in this factory. What's the price going to be? And at the end of the day, someone has to aggregate all that information to come up with what's our position on wheat, how much have we got, and do we have enough in order to make our product? If I was the CEO of that company and I'd spent $1 billion on SAP and I'm still doing all of my procurement for my number one product in Microsoft Excel spreadsheets, I think I'd be a little upset. That is exactly the target that we go after. We today have 27 of the Fortune 500 as customers. We have Apple, we have General Mills, we have Coca-Cola. All of them now recognize the value of moving all of the manual processes that they were doing in these Microsoft Excel spreadsheets into the cloud and into a digital ledger, which again allows them to be able to make decisions faster. One last thing before I get into the deck. You know that 3 companies out of 10 are off of or on average 3 companies out of 10 go off of the Fortune 500 list on a 10-year basis. And the reason that that happens is because they're not keeping up with the competition. Companies simply must now move to being digital. They've got stuff coming at them so fast that if you're trying to make a decision by manually putting stuff into spreadsheets and emailing them around and waiting for 10 days for somebody to make a decision, it's not fast enough today. And so the really good companies understand this and they get the fact that they need to be digital, and that's what Boardwalk is all about. We charge a fee for our server, we have an annual recurring license fee, and we're actually really starting to grow quickly now because these companies are finally recognizing the fact that they've got to solve this problem. We went public through an RTO on the TSX-V about 20 months ago. It's been quite an interesting ride. And so over the past quarter, Some interesting announced deals, including the global master license with a Fortune 100, where they're really already seeing a tremendous amount of value. We've already delivered 5 applications on our platform that have literally hundreds of users that are now recognizing the value of exchanging information digitally and being able to get to decisions faster. Our 6-month pipeline has now grown from 5.3 to 7.1 since November. We introduced a new product called the Boardwalk Control Tower that manages unstructured data along with structured data. First time someone has actually attacked the unstructured data in a company. So in order to manage all this data that's coming in that they were putting into spreadsheets, you got to be able to capture the data. And you can capture the data in a structured environment, which is data that's sitting in databases. And we do that today. But it's all the unstructured data that's coming at them, faxes and emails and everything. And how do you capture that? How do you make sense of all of that? We now have a very interesting system that allows them to be able to do that. Our year-to-date billings are up 80% compared to period last year. And we hired a brand new direct sales force in the summer of 18. We're really now starting to see that take hold. Our ARR is at $4 million and growing. Our EBITDA, we improved 35% year over year, and we're actually on track now to be EBITDA break even by kind of early spring, so another quarter. That also comes, by the way, from a $1.2 to $1.5 million annual cost savings that we've implemented in order to get the company to profitability. We think it's really important to get to profitability, and this is one of our big goals. We also raised $1.2 million in a private placement. We're now doing a second tranche on that. Our largest investor, which is SQN, that's also holds some debt on the company, participated in that $1.2 million financing at $500,000. Along with me personally, I participated, and along with our CFO, Charlie Glavin, who's here in the room today. So we put our money where our mouth is. 27 of the Fortune 500, 15,000 users. Company today is running at a 90% gross margin, and we're really starting to build. The way that this visually looks is on the left-hand side, companies email these spreadsheets around. On the right-hand side, we have this digital ledger that runs in the cloud. It takes us about 2 hours to set up the digital ledger. It takes us on average about 4 to 6 weeks to actually build out a mission-critical application that then runs on the digital ledger. And so on the right-hand side here, you'll see the digital ledger that's sitting in the middle. So that when someone now makes a change in a spreadsheet or a web form that's running our system, instead of emailing, they simply hit submit refresh. We capture the changes that they've made in their spreadsheet or in their web form, and it goes into the digital ledger, which is a single version of the truth. We track every single change that's made, so you've got a complete audit trail on everything that's happened. So think of 100 people that are trying to share information in a spreadsheet. The minute you get past 2 and you get rev number 3.1.6, you have no idea what's changed in cell number M21. But in the Boardwalk system, you literally can click on cell M21 and see a complete historical record that Joe made a change, Sue made a change, Mary made a change, here's the date, here's the time, full audit trail, no messing around. We also, through this system, can bring in information from the transactional systems of record. So we integrate with SAP to bring in inventory data and everything. So when you're an employee and you're running on the Boardwalk system, you've got everything at your fingertips. Here it is, here's the change, what do I need to do in order to fix this or make this better? The areas where we really focus are in inventory management, product planning, demand planning, anything where you're bouncing information around and you're trying to make a decision. Not a purchase order and an invoice or a payment, but it's all of the decision that's sitting behind the systems where you need to make those decisions. This is again another visual of us pulling information in from all of the different systems of record, lining that up into the digital ledger, and then providing through either a mobile environment, through a web form, or through Microsoft Excel, the ability for employees or partners or customers to actually be able to see this information and begin to collaborate on that information. Again, our implementation normally takes about 6 weeks start to finish. Our competition, if they were to try and go and build an application from scratch to solve the same problem, will take anywhere from 8 to 12 months. So when we sit down with that cereal manufacturer and we say, you're spending $800 million on wheat, you got 24 spreadsheets, you got another 40 spreadsheets internally, you're emailing everything around, it's chaos, no one knows anything, and we say we're going to take all those spreadsheets, we're going to put them into our digital ledger, everyone will sign on, when they make changes, they hit submit, it goes into the digital ledger, complete history, okay, Archer Daniels Midland just said they can commit to this price at this particular volume of wheat. And now all of a sudden you've got that historical record. Now you're making decisions faster, you're actually getting better pricing. And in fact, the VP said that she thought that we would probably be able to save them around 2% on their total purchase of wheat. Now, guess what? Every single company that we go into, I don't care if it's Coca-Cola, General Motors, it doesn't matter. They literally have hundreds and hundreds of these Microsoft Excel spreadsheet processes that are sitting outside of their core systems of record running mission critical processes. I've literally seen $1 billion decision made in a company based upon the information in a spreadsheet. And you don't have any history of how did you guys get to that number. It's like this, okay? So we're very fast in our ability to implement. This is the network of words technology that allows us not only to be able to pull in the structured data, but also all of the unstructured data. So think of faxes coming in, EDI coming in, all of the stuff that someone's got to take and put into a system. We can automatically pull that data into our digital ledger, make sense of it so that people can make decisions. A couple case studies. This is an apparel company. We developed this solution for them and they went on to the Boardwalk Digital Ledger last year. We developed a seasonal planning system for them, a production planning system for them, product order generation, buy planning process, forecast, and store management. All these things that you see in blue and in white, these are all spreadsheet-based processes that were being run. We automated the ones in blue for them. We're still working on the ones in white. $1.3 million ROI, 5x ROI in the first year. Second company, a great company called On Semiconductor, they do all of their RFP and RFQ responses, and they used to do them all in spreadsheets. They get about 50 a day. So guess what? The faster you can respond to a price quote, the more likely you are that you're going to win the deal. We moved them and their ability to respond to a price quote from 7 days to 2 days by automating this on the Boardwalk Digital Ledger took 6 weeks. Now they've got a complete history of what did we charge them last time, what are we going to charge them now, workflow going through to get approvals, everything. This is some of our customers today. We charge $250,000 of our base as a base license for the server and then $75,000 per app. We focus on trying to get $1 million per year out of every customer. Again, there's hundreds of these spreadsheet applications that need to be automated, and these companies know if they're going to stay competitive, they need to get on it and get rid of all of this manual nonsense that they're doing. In July of last year, we closed our first $1 million license. We have two more $1 million licenses that are deep in our pipeline, and we're very close to actually getting them done soon. And again, by the way, some pretty darn good names up here, right? I mean, these are no messing around, very serious companies that are running mission-critical processes on the Boardwalk Digital Ledger. Some different use cases, some different revenue run rates that we've got. Let me kind of cut to the chase. The company today, our trailing 12 months revenue is about $5 million. A lot of that is recurring. We're growing really fast. We're expecting to see quite nice growth this next year. We're trading at a 1x multiple, okay? It's absolutely crazy. We're gonna be profitable here in another quarter or EBITDA break even. So we've got this terrific growing revenue with a SaaS model. We've got 27 of the Fortune 500 and growing. Pipeline is expanding tremendously. We've got 2 patents that have been issued, 6 more that are pending, 90% gross margin business, and very significant operating leverage. A company today is trading at 41 cents, again with a market cap of $6 million. And we believe, based upon kind of what we see and where we are, that this company's got nowhere to go but up. And I would, again, revert back to say, why do you think that, Andy? And it's because I've been buying as many shares as I can personally. And in December, I participated in the first tranche of the financing that we're doing. So if you have an interest in working with us on the financing or even investing in the company, we'd be honored to have you. We're hardworking guys, and Boardwalk's got nothing but blue sky in front of it. So thank you very much, and appreciate your time.
If you enjoyed this video, please let us know. You've been watching the Richmond Club Report. If you've just come across this channel, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm sure you'll find a lot of interesting and lucrative investment and trading ideas around here. We'll see you again soon on the next video. Cheers, guys. Have an amazing and profitable day.